So I have mild scoliosis, so usually my lower back is bothering me.
Okay. How often does your low back bother you?
Maybe like towards the end of the week once I've been standing up, or if I don't get my yoga in regularly like I need
Good. Do you
to.
have any upper back or neck pain?
Like usually my upper middle part of my back.
Does that happen just as frequently as the low back pain?
More frequently because I can adjust my lower back sometimes on my own if I do certain twists.
Okay,
But
good.
that upper middle part is really hard to get to.
Hmm.
And then sometimes neck stiffness from sleeping certain ways.
Do you have any other medical conditions?
No,
Do you take any pharmaceutical medications right now?
no.
All right. Do you take any vitamins, minerals, or supplements?
No, but I run a cold pressed juice bar, so I get all of my daily nutrients from drinking my juice.
Excellent, amazing cold pressed juice. What's the difference between cold press and hot press?
Cold press retains all the nutrients. Instead of killing the nutrients, turning in the product to syrup, you retain all the nutrient benefits, and it's just healthier. And it lasts longer as well.
Where's your juice shop at?
Treehouse Juicery is located at 30 West North Ave in Baltimore,
Cool.
Maryland.
All right, there's shout out to some Baltimore heads out there. Definitely watching. Check out the juice shop. What's it called again?
Treehouse Juicery.
Treehouse Juicery. Why is it called Treehouse?
Well, my fiance's niece kind of came up with that name. She was about 8 at the time, and we were playing with different options. And she was like, "Well, what about Treehouse?" He was like, "Well, that sounds like really nice and fun and very family oriented." So we stuck with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can't deny the creative genius of an 8-year-old.
I know, right?
Yeah. We'll start off with an exam. I want to look at your spine, and then I'll get you adjusted.
Cool.
Okay, so looking at the shoulders, the high shoulder on the right means that the apex of the curvature will go to the right, most likely in the thoracic or thoracolumbar spine. Good, coming back this way. Looking at the feet, heel strike, mid stance, toe off, looks symmetrical and even. So high left shoulder with the high right hip, and then the right hip swing is accentuated going to the right. There's more hip swing to the right. And then no head tilt. The head looks even, the eyebrows look even. Okay, arches are intact, mildly decreased on the left. Go and turn around, face the other way. And then there's no bowing of the Achilles tendon, so there's no pronation there. Very good. Just visualizing the spine first. You can see the high right shoulder clearly here when you're sitting. This is the bottom inferior tip of the scapula here, so higher on the right. Good, and so the curvature comes to the right here. On the high left hip, so that was correct. During the walk, it's still a high left hip. During the seated as well. So with the curvature going down to the right like this, technically you should have a high right hip, but the body compensates, and that left hip going up is probably a lot of what you're feeling here in this left lumbosacral area. This is probably where a lot of the pain comes from. These muscles are working much harder than these muscles over here. The tone of these muscles, it's much harder, a little bit more prominent. These muscles are there's more slack in these muscles because it curves this way to the right. So these muscles are shortened and these muscles are lengthened. Okay, I'm going to do a very gentle scan on the top of your spine. Okay, so I'm going to do a temperature evaluation of the back of my fingers. Very warm, very consistent throughout the entire spine. And just a very mild increase from left to right. And then right here in the right at the apex of the curvature is where the intensity of the heat picks up the most. Okay, here are the SI joints. So what you're going to do is keeping your feet together and keeping your feet on the ground. Go ahead and move your knees apart from each other. Good, okay, pull them back in. Do just the right. Good, back to center, left, center. So if I were to do these two like this, which one do you feel more? Which one's more tender?
The right is more tender.
Right is more tender. Interesting. Okay, but I'm gonna look for this left one to be the primary. Let's do this. Go ahead and stand up. All right, so I'm gonna look at your glute fibers now. This is how we measure which way the hips move, okay? All right, so you're gonna feel my fingers on the back of your hamstrings like this, and then tracing up to the bottom of the glute folds. We're lower on the right, clearly visualized higher glute fold on the left. Then looking from the top, the right one comes out further, so the right one is lower and comes out. So that means the right hip is going back and out like this. Or the left one has gone forward and then in like that. So there's some combination of this that's happening that we'll figure out when you're laying
Do
down.
you think that's from me like trying to crank my back doing this?
No, that's okay.
And I don't feel centered at all when I'm centered.
Yeah, okay, so you started off over here. Does that feel more centered?
Like here would feel centered.
Yeah, okay, so that feels centered, but really here is centered.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna bend your knees now.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to help me, just let me do the work. Left short, stay short. So that points to the right SI joint. This whole time I've been wrong. All the rules kind of change with scoliosis. But we definitely have a left short here. Alright, let's do this. Go ahead and lift your right leg up in the air. Yep. Good, and then down. And then do the left side. And down. Okay, which one was more difficult?
Well, I guess this one.
Yep, the one on the left. Okay. Alright, so that points to the left sacrum. And even though we have a left short here, let's test it with the blocks now. Let's do the right one first. Okay, that evened out the legs. So this is even here. And that means the blocks are correct. That means you do have a left short. So we just have an imbalance here that was creating that asymmetry in your glute folds. Tender.
Mm-hmm.
Got the left side tenderness. So this doesn't seem as bad as the right side though. Which one's worse?
The left hurts more. Yeah, that hurts. And I definitely try to, like, I be wanting to crack my neck. I be feeling like it needs it.
Mm-hmm. Can you crack your neck?
I can crack it, like...
One way.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get it the other way. Okay, nice, gentle breathing. We're gonna do a stretch. Okay, Nichelle, I found a couple of things to adjust here today. Okay, nice, gentle breathing, not pushing yet, just checking. Okay, good, you're nice and relaxed. Things are cracking already. Okay, we're gonna start here on this segment. So I'm gonna follow your breath out as you breathe out, just like that. Good, we'll just practice one as you breathe out. At the end of your breath is when I'll give a little push, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's give it a try. Nice, gentle, deep breath in through your nose. As you breathe out, let your shoulders and hips sink into the table. Okay, same thing. Deep breath in here and out. Shoulders relaxed. Okay, one more. This one's a little bit different. This time, you're going to take a deep breath in, and then when you get to the top of your breath, that's when we push, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try that. Deep breath in all the way in, then just let your shoulders relax as you breathe out. Nice and gentle breathing. We're going to bring your hip down like this, and then give a little push like that, okay, Nichelle? Mm-hmm. Okay, nice gentle breathing in through your nose. And out. Good. And you're back.
When I try to do it myself, I can always only crack one side.
Which side?
I usually crack that side that you just did, yeah.
Okay. Let's do this for you. Breathing. Good. We're gonna let the shoulders come up. Good. We're gonna bring the hip down like this, shoulder up like this. Gonna take a deep breath in and out. Good. Shoulders coming up. Good. Hip down. There's a little bit more. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the one that's hard to do. That was nice. Yeah, that's the one that's hard to do. That was nice.
So the left side is the side of hypermobility, and the right side is the one that's really stuck. So it's like your spine doesn't follow any of the normal rules.
That's what I was told.
Yeah. Left is still short. Go ahead and turn your head to the right. Okay, back to center. Now turn to the left. Back to center. Left upper cervical. Okay, bring your right ear down to your shoulder.
Like that?
Exactly. Center. Now left ear down. I'm going to adjust the left side first, Michelle. We're going to bring it over to the side like this. Good. You're doing good. Just breathing. And then as you breathe out, I'm going to bring your head like this, and then we're going to push like that, okay? Gentle, gentle breathing, and letting your head and shoulders sink into the table. Very good. Gentle, gentle. Good. How's that? To the right side. Gentle breathing. Good. I'm going to test it first and see where we need to push. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. A little bit in the middle there, but mostly here too. Where do you feel it more? Here? Or here?
Definitely higher, I think.
Okay. All right, we're going to adjust C2 on the right. Nice and gentle. Breathing just like the other one. Following your breath. Good. One more breath. We'll follow this breath out. Your sacral valve, okay, we locate this by first finding the belly button, so I'm going to put a finger on your belly button, okay? Okay, and then the other finger's on the ASIS is the front of your hip bone here. We connect these 2 points. This is where we begin looking for the AS, or excuse me, for the sacral valve. Yours is right there. Did you hear it? Hear it? Feel it? I'll do it again. All right, take a deep belly breath. Good belly breathing. Yep, you can do this too. Same point in between your belly button and ASIS, and just like a little bit of pressure, and then belly breathe right into it. All right, this is the pyloric sphincter. This is 2 inches above the belly button.
Ow. Oh, gosh. Ow.
Okay, deep belly breath right here. Good, out. Deep belly breath here. Out. Yeah, your colon is definitely, your digestive organs are definitely in some kind of distress. This kind of fits into like the anxiousness, like and the shivering, all of that. Like not just your muscles do that, but your organs do that as well. All right, so this is a diaphragm manipulation now. So I'm going to follow your breath, and as you breathe out, we're going to come into the diaphragm like this. Good, I'm going to pull you up a little bit tighter. I'm going to use this towel to support your neck. Are you okay with that?
So like a ring dinger?
I'm not going to do a big one, okay? We'll do about 50%. You're doing great.
I trust you.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so let's follow your breath out just like the other adjustments. Deep breath in. And then out.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh.
Pretty awesome, right?
Oh my gosh, I always wanted one. I feel like it did something all down here too.
Okay, good. Can I still sit up here? Okay.
I feel like a camera.
Okay. You want to take another breath? Yeah. Movement of air. It's a good thing. Yep.
I feel very light.
Cool. Good.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, it's one of these. Lean forward here. More. Good.
Wow.
Oh, this is a pulse reading. In Ayurveda and also in traditional Chinese medicine, they do 3 pulse points. And so in both systems, there's a superficial and a deep. On the superficial side, it goes large intestine, stomach, adrenal gland, thyroid, on the superficial. And then on the deep, it goes lung, spleen, and the organs of reproduction. Okay, deep layer. Interesting, the only one that shows up is the lung. Do you know the details of your birth? Were you born premature?
Well, I was born in a dry sack.
You were born what?
In a dry sack. I could have died, but I didn't. They thought that when my mom's water broke, they told her it didn't because it didn't gush out. It came out little by little. So my grandma said I was born with a veil over me because I was born in an empty sack. But when I came out, I was alive and I didn't cry. I didn't want to be fed. I just came out with my eyes open. And my breathing, I think, has always been kind of irregular. Like I feel myself not breathing a lot.
Okay.
Which also makes me jittery.
So beyond the organ system reading, there's this reading, the constitution reading. So you have Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So there's 3 different types of constitutions. The Vata is made up of air and ether, the ectomorph in exercise science. And then there's the mesomorph, or the Pitta. The Pitta is made up of fire and water. And then there's the Kapha. The Kapha is the earth and the water. Not only are these physical manifestations, but these are also physiological manifestations in your gut, as well as your emotions, as well as your intellect, as well as your preference for spending time outside of work. Of course, we all have all of the constitutions, and we have all of the elements. It's just the balance that makes up our particular constitution. And so the left side on the superficial goes, the small intestine is here. And then you have gallbladder, urinary bladder on the superficial. Vatas are more susceptible to cold. We don't have the layers of insulation like a kapha. Mentally, a vata, because we think so sporadically, our thoughts travel like air. They move quickly, they expand, sometimes they expand in negative directions. So that can cause feelings of anxiousness and overthinking. So these are all very typical to your constitution, Michelle, but they are not the deepest part of you. You already know all this stuff because Vatas think about this stuff all the time. Yep, and so like your Vata pulse is the strongest out of all of them, and then the Kapha here, the Kapha pulse is what could use attention.
What am I trying to say?
Did you say what am I trying to say?
Which one is that?
Oh, Kapha is the earth. So it's important that you ground and that you routine. That's what helps connect you to the earth. Grounding, going out barefoot in the grass, hikes through the woods, swimming, lakes, oceans. Sorry. Microphone's being weird. Okay.
Do you have any melanated ancestors?
Gentle. Good. Shoulders relaxed.